Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursday to everybody out there. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News, and we have Blake Horstmann is done with Bachelor. He says, look, the show doesn't bring me joy anymore. You kind of Marie it. He says, does it bring you joy? No. Well, you got to throw it out. Give it to Goodwill. He said the two best moments for people in Bachelor Nation are when you get on the show and when you leave it and find success without it. And of course, look, I'm sure being an influencer associated with Bachelor Nation is better than digging ditches, although there's nothing wrong with ditch digging if that's what you love doing. But it can be quote unquote easy money, but that comes with a price, receiving scorn and hate from an audience that's rabidly indulging in drama and all that jazz. So anyway, we'll get into this story. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals. I'm also on Patreon at patreon.com/Dave Neal. Today's featured teacher of the day is Mrs. McCarthy. Link in the pinned comment if you guys want to donate to her. She's a Chicago teacher. She's a member of our Patreon community, and she's a really nice lady. We got to meet her last when we were in Chicago, and here's my set from Chicago, which I've just posted on the Patreon. If you want to check that out, you can. Also, link in the comments below if you want to sign up for my mailing list to find out about future stand-up comedy shows and things like that. All right, let's get into it. Here's what Blake had to say. Is Giannini going to the VMAs, which is the Video and Music Awards, with you on Sunday? He said, ugh, no, I wish. She's going to be spending some time with family, so she won't make it. All right, breaking news. They broke up, folks. I'm kidding. Come on. One of these days, we'll make a red carpet together. Yeah, that'll be very nice seeing Blake and Gigi on the red carpet together because they look pretty good together. They put on a good outfit. How many episodes of All-Star Shore are left? He says 2 episodes left. If you haven't watched it, pretty juicy show. Did I miss one? I might have missed one here. No. Oh, that was loud. Okay, sorry about that. No, we're getting into it. Will you be able to watch Paradise, or are you skipping? So here comes the tea, folks. Bring it in. All right, hold on. We got to bring in the tea. If we're going to do the tea, we need to do it right. It comes in on a truck. There's a whole process. Just bring it back. Drop it off right there next to the Nate story. No, past Colton. He's in storage. Yeah, right near Tasha's PPP loan. Okay. Will you be able to watch Paradise, or are you skipping? Honestly, this show brings nothing positive to my life anymore. I don't really enjoy watching it anymore and just sick of the talking heads in BS and Bachelor Nation. I don't know if I count as a talking head. I venture to think that I don't because I am actively trying to remove the toxicity from the show. You guys say, Dave, you're no better than anyone else. Fine, maybe, but I think there is a little bit of value to longer form content because we get a chance to discuss things and not make everyone a villain or a hero. We're all somewhere in between. I don't really enjoy watching. He says, I'm excited for some of my friends who are on this season of Paradise, but I don't believe I will watch it. The 2 best moments for people are when you enter the show and when you leave the show. Miss your recaps. Please do one for the finale. He said, I know I'm sorry, y'all. I haven't watched this season. Do you think keeping your relationship out of the public eye helped you guys? He said, yeah, actually, I do think it helped us. We learned to enjoy each other's company without the pressures of the public eye. We were private for 7 months before we really went public, and honestly, the best part is we really haven't seen a difference. It's been awesome. Oh, very nice. Since you're an experienced experiencer, best, coolest couples massage. All right, promote some couples massage. You were my favorite until you announced to evacuate, and I missed Shania. So what that person's referring to is that Blake got to open up for Shania Twain, and I think it was due to a thunderstorm. He had to tell everyone to evacuate the concert, which of course, don't shoot the messenger. I'm sure people tried. He said, I've never seen so much anger in people's eyes. Canada is nice until you tell them you have to evacuate. They're like, no, No. I have never been called a POS or asshole or to F off so much in my life. One guy was double birding me, telling me to go die. Like, relax, my guy. You should have just come back in. It was only like 45-minute delay. All right. No cue, but listened to you guys on Dear Shandy and loved it. Thank you. It was a really awesome podcast. Go check out Dear Shandy. Yeah, of course, Dear Shandy knocked it out of the park. They handle delicately great relationship content. When's your next gig? Playing Mile High, September 30th. How fun is that? How big of an issue was the drama with you and G on this week's episode? He said, there is some drama on this week's episode of All-Star Short. At the time it was very real. I had a lot of trust issues from past experiences. Looking at you, Becca Kufrin. I'm kidding. And that brought up some scars of mine. Probably more about the Bachelor in Paradise producers. I think the difference between the past and what happened this episode was just the maturity level of our convo. We didn't scream, cry, run away, or play it all up for the cameras. We had a real conversation, listened to each other, and worked through it. That was a big moment. So All-Star Shore is a competition show, and most of the people from the show were in Jersey Shore, Geordie Shore, Acapulco Shore, Des Moines Shore, I think what's Clayton's hometown there, the Myrtle Beach Shore, I don't know, Missouri, Eureka Shore. Does the Eureka have a shore? I'm guessing not. I'm guessing they have a man-made lake. No offense to the Midwest. Oh, it's beautiful out there. You should move there. No, maybe I will due to the home-owning prices in Southern California. All right, donate to the Patreon. So yeah, the point is that All-Star Shore is a competition that there's a prize money reward. It hasn't ended yet, so I don't know who wins. But because of that, they can't manipulate the contestants and Franken-bite them and all those things like The Bachelor can because there's money on the line, which makes it less contrived and more fun, I think. Let's see here. Coming to Arizona next month. How does it feel to have fans from all over the world? Hello from India. He said, honestly, it's amazing. I love hearing from people all over the world. This new show has really opened me up to different audiences all over the world. It's been fun. So here's my late stage capitalism kind of rant. It was such a smart idea for Blake to go on All-Star Shore because it's being aired in so many different countries, including Brazil, Mexico, the UK, all these different places that you can build a new fan base and be able to have new eyeballs on you, which is great for advertisers. Now, it's good to have a sort of like isolated following. Like my following's mainly in the US. It's in the UK. We have people that watch all over the world, don't get me wrong, but it's mainly in the US, which helps my CPM, which is the rate in which I get paid through YouTube because advertisers can sort of like hone in right on where my audience is. But for someone like Blake, who already has a big following in the US, to do an international show like this, really smart idea, and makes out by falling in love with somebody. So a double win there. And of course, here's the thing with Blake, okay? And use this as an example for you guys. He made some conscious decisions, I believe during the pandemic, maybe right before, to learn a new skill, a skill he wanted to learn, DJing, and he already had this following. This following, as long as he did something he loved, was going to come with him. And he's using his love of music and entertaining a crowd. Now, you can knock DJs, they hit the play button, this and that, but he puts together good music. He gets the crowd hyped. He's a hype man. He puts the CO2. That's a good thing. So he's using his following in a way that he can sell tickets, and that is way more dynamic than somebody who goes on the show and then just puts on a t-shirt and says, link to my t-shirt. Now, there's no problem with link to my t-shirt. This is just a very sustainable skill set that he has learned. We've seen it with Bachelor alumni that become authors. We've seen it with Bachelor alumni that go in other directions. So it's very interesting, because he's had beef with Nick Viall. And I believe that was his only main beef. I don't think he has beef with anyone else other than like the vague producer world. But it's like I'm not here to declare a winner, but the fact that he's able to flourish outside of Bachelor Nation with the initial help of building an audience and fan base within Bachelor Nation is really a good thing. Now, I'm sure people in the comments will go, "We're here, but we'll be here when you need us," and that's kind of how it works. If things all dried up and some unfortunate thing happened with him and his relationship, it doesn't work out, and then Bachelor in Paradise says, "Hey, we'll pay you a bunch of money to come back." Yeah, I don't blame people for doing that too. I don't blame it. It's all business. Right? The show gets a lot out of these contestants for a little bit of pay, and then the contestants get to use that audience and do with it what they will. How much of your set is planned? How much changes with audience reactions? He says, I go into shows with an idea of how I want the energy and vibe to be. I will occasionally change if the crowd isn't picking up what I'm putting down. I play over 80 songs in a 2-hour set, which is actually more than most DJs out there. Even the big ones probably play 50 songs, and the biggest DJs play like 20. So my sets are high energy, and if you don't like the song or beat, it's probably going to change in 90 seconds. That's the TikTok world we live in. Quick music. I'm actually planning my wedding playlist right now. I might do a private Patreon live stream. Let me know if you guys would be a part of that, where we listen to the different songs and choose what we want for our playlist. But There's something really interesting about the energy. One of my favorite, I don't know the name of it. I actually enjoyed a really bad movie. Let's go search Zac Efron DJ movie. Zac Efron was in this movie. We Are Your Friends is what it's called. And he plays a DJ. And I actually really loved this movie. He explains kind of what a DJ's job is. So you might think it's a horrible movie. I don't really know.
Study halls.
So anyway, the lady in it is oh geez, what's her name? Oh my gosh, I can't. Yeah, her. Jesus, what the hell? Emily Ratajkowski. Anyway, he's a DJ.
It's the DJ's job to get the crowd out of their heads and into their body.
It's the DJ's job to get the crowd out of their heads and into their body. It's like, all right, bro. But anyway, I actually really liked the movie. Maybe that just says more about my taste. But all right, so that's all Blake had to say. Let's see if there's any. Let me just see if I'm missing anything here. Does the cast of All-Star Shore get along? He says they all get along, but they're international. There's actually, which of these questions did you submit yourself? He said none of these. Honestly, it's pretty obvious when influencers do it because it usually leads into an ad. Oh yeah, someone asked me how the shirt was. Well, you can, totally. How many followers from the show? How many followers from the show to make a comfortable living as an influencer? He said, honestly, it's not about the amount of followers. It's more about the age, gender, and engagement of your following. Someone who has an all-female following with great engagement only has 50,000 followers can be making more money than someone with 1 million followers. My channel's got 56, 57, whatever, 1,000 subs. I make a happy living here. Subscribers are different than followers. Obviously, I make a high volume amount of content, but I probably work on average 4 to 6 hours a day here, plus stand-up and writing and all the other things I do in my life. Trust me when I say I work 80 hours a week. But I love what I do. So I don't need rest so much as, finding quality time for me and my fiance, which we do a lot of that as well. I don't know why I'm defending myself. He said, so honestly, if you're good at what you do, you make 6 figures with 50,000 followers. And if you're really good, you can make millions with a good following. Yeah, there's the 1,000 fan principle. If you have 1,000 fans that all spend a couple bucks every year on you, you can be okay. Like if you have 1,000 fans and they all spend 50, 60 bucks, you do the math. You know what I mean? You need loyalty. That's what's important. We notice this with TikTok. You can have 2 million TikTok subscribers and not make a living because TikTok and Instagram don't necessarily have the loyalty that YouTube has. And it really comes down to what you're doing with your audience. How are you engaging? Blake does these Q&As all the time, and he's fantastic with his algorithm here. And some might say, well, Blake, if you're done with Bachelor, why do you keep talking about it? And it's like, well, obviously it was a part of his life. It's like with Rachel Lindsay quitting Bachelor, and then people ask her about it. She's like, of course she's going to talk about it. It's a large part of her life. It doesn't mean she has to be part of the show now. How many people in Bachelor Nation buy followers? He said a lot, probably 25% of the people. It's wildly obvious too. They aren't as sneaky as they think. If you see someone hovering around a number and then suddenly jump 200,000 with changing nothing, those are bought. If you see someone consistently losing followers and then jump 10,000 in one day, those are bought. I think he's referring to Madison Pruitt. If you see someone post a boring, normal photo and they get 2,000 comments in 1 hour, those are bought. I know businesses are suing influencers for fraud because falsely portraying engagement is fraud, so beware out there. Yeah, and in most cases, businesses, before they work with influencers, can type your name into a system and know what your real engagement is. Actually, I have people that reach out to me because for only 16,000 Instagram followers, my engagement's incredibly high because you guys are awesome. And not that I try to monetize Instagram. I make about $100 a month off of Instagram's reel bonuses. Not much there, but just so you know. Okay. When are we getting you to do a makeup trial? Okay, that's it. I think that's it from him. All right, I had one more video I wanted to play today, and I'm nervous to play it. I didn't watch this. I get so cringed out at things like this. Groom and bride dies inside as priest berates the wedding photographer. Luckily, I think we're not going to have this issue at my wedding. We're not doing a priest. We've got it's not important. But anyway, let's just watch this. I'm literally nervous to watch this.
And in accordance with God's will, you do now confess it. We're still good, huh? Please, sirs, leave. Please.
Where do we be?
Anywhere other than here.
Okay.
This is a solemn assembly, not a photography session. Please move, or I will stop.
Look at that. Oh no, the groom. He says, please leave. This is a solemn assembly, not a photography session. And I'm sure she's like, I paid them $1,700 to take those photos. You know, I don't know if you knew this, on movie sets, they have this thing. It's a giant black box that you put your DSLR camera in and it clamps shut. They're very expensive, but it removes the noise of the shutter so you can take silent photos. But this guy is going to haunt my dreams.
I will stop the ceremony if you do not get out of the way. This is not about the photography. This is about God.
He goes, this is not about the photography. This is about God. Even God's like, let him get the photos. It's for Instagram, for fuck's sake. All right, that's my time, folks. Let me know what you guys think. We are out of here. I'll be on Patreon, patreon.com/DaveNeal. Bye.